Good morning, friends. Welcome to Akulmach Live. And just in case if you do not know, my name is Chandrakant. I am the co-founder of Akulmach Technologies. And by the way, we are live across all social media channels, and we invite people to join me live with your camera and mic. All lines are open. You are most welcome to join. Read the description for process of joining with your mic and camera. Complete details are given, and I welcome you and look forward to having a discussion live on this live stream. So I'm waiting. All lines are open. All right, let's proceed further. As the subject of today's discussion is about branding, so a lot of people have a lot of confusions about branding, and I just want to clarify that. The first point is the insight. The insight is that the brand is a very serious matter, whether your company is small or large. If you do not publish, if you do not have a brand presence, now the brand presence can be based on your logo, it could be based on your company name, or it could be based on certain services, but branding is very important. For instance, if I throw the example of Naukri.com. Naukri.com is a brand, but the parent company is not even known. I mean, who owns Naukri.com? It is just a website. So the branding of Naukri.com is so important, so strong that the parent company is sort of hidden in the entire thing. So the promoters of the company have spent their time and effort and their resources to popularize the brand called Naukri.com. Therefore, Naukri.com has become a brand by itself. So similarly, and now this is based on the website. So website has been pushed across as as a brand. Many times it could be a logo. So my suggestion is that moment you start deciding what will be your brand, how your company would be known, make sure that you start making sure that the logo or the company name or the website is publicized in the field as much as possible. You actually start making those entries into your email, into your brochures, into your communication, into your website, everywhere. It has to be a sort of a push from your side as an organization that now you're going to brand this particular service, this particular logo. Why? Because if that particular brand is not visible on daily basis, people will not recognize the brand. So it's very important for branding for the success of the business. If there are no brands, if there is no brand creation, then you're not doing enough for your business. I'll tell you one simple example that a lot of people actually build their organization, but they don't spend too much time on branding activities and also marketing activities, and of course sales activities, because sometimes people think that their idea or their technical expertise will sail through, will be enough, the quality of product will be enough for them to sail through. However, if your quality of the product is really top notch, how people know that this product is coming from this company? I mean, how they match the product with the company. So next time if there is some campaign that you're running, how will people know that you are the person behind such a good product and this is your logo, this is the name of the company and stuff like that. So I have seen that at least 50% of the organization do not spend enough time in building their brand. It's very important, friends. Let's move to the next one, and that is about the analysis. When you start building your brand, you have to ensure that whether this strategy of yours of making sure that the brand is recognized in the field is working or not. So and so that you can steer your campaigns in the right direction, you can in that case look at what else you have to do in order to make sure that your branding is recognized. So the analysis is very important. Analysis will help you decide how you have to publicize your brand. And for this analyzing, there are various methods of analyzing. There could be, especially in today's world, it's a lot easier. But in the previous era, during the print media, it was a lot difficult. But in today's world, you can actually straight away look at the CTR data. What is CTR data? CTR is click-through rate. How many times your brand images have been clicked by the viewers. So the click-through rate can be used for analysis. It's a lot easier. There are a lot of ready-made dashboards are available which are absolutely free. You can use those dashboards to analyze what is going on in terms of popularizing your brand. So it's very important, friends. So make sure that focus on the brand. I mean, opening a company, running a business is the easier part. Building your brand is a difficult part, and it cannot be built in like 1 or 2 months. It will take time. It will take 1 or 2 years. In fact, people used to say that establishing any company, it takes minimum 2 years. I think when they were saying this, or when they were making this strong statement, they actually meant that by the time your company start production, the cash flow starts to build up, supply chain starts to get organized. By that time, your brand will also be recognized. So I think the whole point is that brand building is the most important activity for the CEO of the organization, and it takes time. It takes a whole lot of strategy how you do that, and you have to also try different things. And for trying different things, you need to analyze. Without the data, you will not be able to try anything. Trying anything in the dark is also not a good practice. So make sure that you have the right resources and tools to analyze the success of your brand when it is going out in the market. By the way, you can reach out to me, to my company, and we can guide you through if you're looking for certain tips and tricks for brand building. All right, let's move to the next one. The psychological part of your sales cycle. Many times people focus more on the production, in designing, and in making sure that the customer is satisfied. All those things are very, very important. I'm not saying that those things are not important. Absolutely important. If you're not producing quality product or quality service, obviously you're not doing enough to ensure that the business grows, the cash flow happens, and also supply chains are established. So you have to look at the strength of your thought process. So when we talk about psychological edge, there are always competition in the field, and whichever field you are in, the chances are that you will always encounter a competition. And whichever field, I mean, there is no area, no business which is so unique. Everywhere you will encounter a lot of competition, and that is when this psychological edge comes in a picture, where people start seeing you as a potent force in this business space, and they start competing with you. They start coming up with more and more innovative branding campaigns, and so it's like a balance. A lot of brands are being popularized. Which one will get recognized? So there could be TV ads, there could be print ads, there could be digital campaigns. All of those things will go hand in hand, and that is where the strength, the resilience of your thought process, how strongly you are standing behind your brand, plays a major role. You cannot just let go one day. Okay, my efforts are not yielding any results, so let me let go. Let me focus on my production. Let me focus on design. But this is the most important activity, as I said, building your brand around your company. I'm displaying my logo here, which is a trademark logo here. Why I'm displaying here? Because I want my logo to be publicized. Simple as that. So I can just let go of the logo. Without any logo, I can have the same conversation with you. So remember, friends, if your logo is recognized, so is your business. And then the second step of your business being a good quality production house, a good services spot, will be recognized later. But then future, somebody remembers you, they will remember your brand. They will not remember the product. first thing that comes to the mind of your customer is the brand or the logo or the name, and followed by that you have done a great job in the past, and therefore you are the right person for future business. And to do that, you need to have a resilience thought process, and because you are competing with other similar business people in the industry, therefore resilience counts. Make sure that you don't let go. Whenever you decide a strategy, stick around for at least 3 months before you shift gear. But before you start that implementation of the strategy, make sure that you have done enough groundwork, you have done enough strategy planning sessions, you have done enough of analysis before you implement that strategy. All right, so moving on the next item, which is very important for branding. I mean, for the company who are in this branding process or who wants to build a brand, this is something which you must take care. And today's world, the digital platforms are the ideal arena for brand building, because it offers you easy method of propagating something. Although digital world is not free, it costs money. A lot of platforms have use policies, so you need to know regulations, you need to know the use policies, you also need to know exactly how much it is going to cost you, where you want to basically do all this. So while the digital platform is available, the usage of digital platform has to be understood correctly, and therefore you must have the grip on where you want to popularize your brand. For instance, there are 4 major platforms today that are available globally, and these are LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, maybe Instagram also. Well, Instagram is also pretty big. So let's say it's a crowded place, it's a crowded marketplace where your customers are sitting in one corner. You don't want to publicize and waste your revenue or your resources on building a brand on something where your customers don't likely to see your brand. So if you know your customer segment, then you can choose the right digital platform to basically advertise your brand. Sometimes if you are in education, for instance, just an example, then it'll be better to do branding on LinkedIn, right? So you spend money on LinkedIn, do your branding on LinkedIn. So similarly, you have to decide what kind of product you are promoting, your company, and where your customers are. So while the digital arena is opened up, it's a lot easier, because for branding your services, you can sit in your office and plan your strategies. So make sure that this is very very clearly understood, and you have to also make sure that you rely on digital media. Now, coming back to digital media, today if you are choosing any other media, it's futile. I must tell you that while all these different platforms are available, their networks are bigger than many countries today. I mean, if you look at Google, LinkedIn, their network, their size is much bigger than most of the companies, barring the large companies. They are so big. So if you are choosing to go on a television or on a print media, make sure that you have some sort of feedback coming from those platforms, where digital media provides you a proper feedback. You can choose the demography who will see your advertising, and whereas if you go to any other media, that level of granular analysis will not be available. So make sure that you choose wisely, choose something that, I mean, depending on your strategy, if you want to just snowball the field, then television is the best method. But if you want to meticulously decide where your customers are, where are they, which part of the world they are sitting in, what is the best digital media, then you have to do a little bit analysis, because ultimately everything costs money. Television costs money, so is the digital media. So you have to decide how much money you are going to spend on advertising, and most of that should go towards your brand building. Advertising actually strengthens your brand. It's a very good tool for brand building. So make sure that you understand the nuances of digital presence, digital platforms, uh, learn the regulations. Each regulation in each country are different. Suppose you go to EU, there are very strict guidelines. If you come to India, again very strict guidelines also in US, but then other places you can do that. So make sure that where your customers are, which is your target audience, choose accordingly, no regulations, no policies, use policies, and accordingly plan your campaigns. Last, campaigns. And over here the creativity counts. When we talk about branding campaigns should not be only around your product. You don't want to say, hey, buy my fan, it is the best fan all the time. Every time if you just keep harping on the same point, then people will start getting bored. That is why new advertisers actually keep creating new advertisement for different brands. So you have to make sure that what resonate with the people, and you don't want to make a boring factor attached to your brand. Your brand should be vibrant. Whenever somebody thinks about a particular product, your logo or your brand should flash in their mind. That is the first thing. That is what you want to achieve. So for doing that, you need to be creative. When we talk about creative, it's not only the content of the strategy, but also the strategy itself has to be creative. Many times you just want to give opinions. Many times you just don't want to talk about product, but you want to express express your opinion on what is happening in the financial world, for example. So if you are the CEO, you can put your brand behind you and you can talk about, look, I am such and such guy, I'm running this organization, but this is what I feel about this pressing subject which is affecting all businesses. Now that will strengthen your brand quite a bit. That will really, when people watch you as a person, as a human being, as a leader, they start to know that you are such a personality and this is your brand. And because you have an opinion, which is right or wrong, people will engage with you. But then this is a brand. So sometimes you can come up with these kind of creative videos. You can come up with your product-based videos where you popularize your product. You can also do some sort of campaign around donations. So there are several ways to basically make sure that your brand is visible more and more. There are different ways, different methods, and make sure that whenever you create any campaign, it should not be boring. And one campaign ends, other will start instantly. So that is how it is. And you have to give time to each campaign, at least 45 days for running a campaign. So if you divide your year, 360 days, into a chunk of 45 days each campaign can be decided, and once the campaign is in the field, it is being executed, it's being implemented, then you can in the meantime you can start working on the next campaign, do brainstorming session, what should be the next campaign, whether it is product related or it's going to be non-product related, it's going to be company related, are you opening a new office in that region, etc, etc. So there could be many things you can talk about. Trust me, if you have variety, your brand will actually get very strong. The variety brings a lot of strength to the brand. Suppose you have one product, then you can't do much about it. But if you have multiple products, you have a lot more things to talk about. How you came up with this product, what is the thought process, how you do production, what is your methodology in doing production, stuff like that. So a lot of these things are required, and therefore if you follow these 5 things at the core, your brand will be much more stronger. And you can reach out to me in case you have any specific question, or if you are struggling to kickstart where to start, especially it happens with young CEOs. You can reach out to me. I can guide you through step by step how to build your brand. So friends, I look forward to receiving your questions, and thanks for watching me live. I will catch you in the next one. Keep rocking, keep selling, and have a nice day.